Hello everyone, this is Cheryl Gonzalez and this is my Module 8 presentation. So in grades 10 through 12, our students are extremely tech savvy and they are looking to be stimulated a little bit more in our classrooms and are just not reacting as well as we would like them to be with the traditional coursework. Our manuals are a little outdated, and our presentations are pretty stale. So in order to hit that audience of grades 10 through 12, we would like to present to you a proposal for enhancing the learning. So as we as educators are seeing the need to introduce our students to new and exciting ways to learn. And then one of the ways that we found to do that was by integrating some mobile learning devices. But what we have seen is we are not meeting their needs. So we're not meeting the needs of reaching all the learning styles in the student body. So some are auditory learners that really they're listening to the lecture, but they're really not engaged because they're really part of that tech savvy generation. Now there are visual learners who may be watching what an instructor has on the screen or on the chalkboard, but again, really not engaging that visual learner. Kinesthetic learners, on the other hand, are really being left out because other than writing assignments, we're just not engaging the kinesthetic learner. So the students today are learning differently in this electronic age, as you know, and they're used to having information readily available at all times and are getting bored in our traditional classroom setting. So by not engaging those tech-savvy students, the generation today would really like to have more of a mobile application that'll stimulate their interests. So in all courses and restaurants and school cafeterias, you see everybody on their mobile phones. Well, let's enhance that and let's utilize that. So having a handheld device will assist them in the progression of real-world applications, both in the workplace once they graduate and in college, because as you know, preparatory college school, we really want to prepare them for their future. Now, as a college prep school, it's our responsibility to engage the student and provide the latest technology to bridge those gaps between high school and college. And what better way to do that than to put everything on a tablet that's multiple things: mobile, engaging, interactive, amongst all different kinds of elements. Let's not go into those elements just yet. So few of us instructors have gotten together and really did some research on what the best mobile technology would be. So we looked at utilizing just their cell phones. We could launch an app. We could utilize an iPad tablet, which is limited in its applications because it is a Apple proprietary piece of equipment. And then there is also the other solution we looked at was the Surface Pro and other mobile tablets. But our team found new and innovating ways to approach the challenge of keeping the students interested in the learning environment. So what we found was launching an app may not have all of the nuances and all of the abilities to interact with the student. While the student is receiving information, it could be pretty limited in how much they can do with that. So the other thing we looked at was the iPad. Now, as I mentioned, it's proprietary and it runs primarily off of applications. So not only would we have to build pretty beefy applications, but there is an additional cost to doing so. Now, the other solution we had was the Microsoft Surface Pro. It is an ultimate laptop for students today, and it provides the experience of a full mobile desktop in their hands. So they would be able to sit at lunch, in the back seat of mom's car, in the stands at a football game, if they're paying attention, or at a friend's house. And they would be able to launch this assignment from their desktop or from their laptop, if you will. It's a tablet from their tablet, and really be able to utilize the power in that tablet, and it would mimic a full desktop right in their hands. That was pretty attractive to us because we were looking at it from the perspective of being mobile and being powerful. And the phone applications just did not give us that kind of power, and they were limited. And the iPad was pretty restrictive in the types of applications you could use. And again, there were some additional purchases going into that iPad application. So imagine a portable classroom and enable these students to work on their assignments while they're on the go, anywhere they go. The teachers can launch their courseware while student is away from school and away from the classroom environment. So they can actually be receiving instruction, maybe a recorded video or some sort of testing while away from the classroom. So another feature that it has is it comes with the full Microsoft Office suite. So we wouldn't have to be purchasing any additional software because it already comes in the tablet. Because it is a Microsoft piece of equipment, that is just an added feature that comes with it. Now, it can also be used from anything from art, believe it or not. They can actually use the stylus to draw or enhance or use their fingers to create art, to calculus and advanced mathematical features. So all other courses in between. Now, it can also keep the students up to date because it has a application kind of similar to Siri, but it isn't Siri. And it is a digital calendar and your own personal assistant. So we can actually send a syllabus or a calendar for the week, and it will keep the students engaged and notified of any upcoming assignments or when the teacher has added something new or provided any feedback to the student. Now, the cost. Let's talk about cost. Now we've talked about all the neat stuff about it. It's lightweight, it's portable, they can stick it in their backpack, it's durable, and it comes with a full keyboard. That was another plus that the phone application and the iPad didn't have without an additional expense. So the cost will be moderately expensive up front. So the initial investment will be $129,520. And that is a substantial investment, but let me break it down further for you. So each tablet is $999, and that comes with 256 gigs of memory, powerful RAM. It has a full keyboard and is powerful enough to provide the strength that all the students will need for these classwork and assignments. Now, the initial total cost, we want to invest in the whole school. So we're looking at 600 students total, but we're just going to focus on 200 to launch. But by providing at $999 a piece, 600 students, that is a grand total of $599,000 and $599,400. Substantial amount. But as educators and as our district is concerned, where our district is concerned, we will get an additional 20% off. So that 20% discount is $199,880. And then we have that grant that we haven't utilized yet on enhancing enhancing educational instruction. So we're pretty flexible where we can use that, and we can use it for this. That Scholastic grant is $350,000. So our grand total investment is only $129,520, considerably less than the initial investment of $599,000 or the initial cost. So with that being said, not much out of our pocket when utilizing the Scholastic grant and the 20% discount. All right, so let's talk about implementation. The implementation would go out to our senior class. Our senior class will be starting in 2017. So we'll roll it out with their class starting in the fall of 2017. So the day they walk in the door, they're going to be receiving a tablet, and it will already have everything uploaded. So that gives us 7, 8, 9 months in order to prepare those courses, that classwork, that platform prior to them entering the school. So the initial student population, the seniors there's about 200 of them. So while we are purchasing 600, we will be just targeting the 200 seniors. So the initial courses that will be launched will be math, science, and art. Art, because we want them to get used to that alternate thinking out of the box application. So math, science, those are great topics, but the art takes them a little bit further and does a little more creative thinking instead of linear thinking. Now let's talk about the impact. Now, what does the impact have on our school? So the impact is going to be measured by the students' response to new technology and their initial learning curve. So what's going to be our return on investment? Are we going to see it immediately? No, we're not. But the return on our investment will be shown through grades, through the ease of use, through student and teacher responses and feedback on how well they work, how well they can interact with students, what tweaks they need to do to make in order for that to be successful. And some of the advantages will be measured by grade improvements. We are really looking to, by targeting those tech-savvy students, engaging their brain in a way that they use every day for other things, other problem-solving applications. But now we're going to be using it for school as well. So we'll measure those great GPAs, those grade point averages, this testing results. And how much are they engaged? We want the teachers to be able to talk to us on what they are observing in the classroom. Now, are they observing that the students are checking out? Or are they having difficulty with that tablet? Is there something wrong with the tablet? Are they just not picking up the learning curve quickly? So we are really looking for teacher feedback on their observations. So return on our investments could be an increase in our student enrollment, because if we become a tech-savvy school and we're really pumping out students that are ready for college and they're using the most current in technology, and they can enter college seamlessly or the workforce seamlessly while using the latest in applications, then we are really showing that we are a school that can provide for the future. Now, investing in our students' future and for the success of our school is imperative. If we don't invest in our school will remain stagnant. And by remaining stagnant, we're not going to get the student enrollment. We're not going to show the community that we are an establishment of success. And without showing them that we're an establishment of success, we eventually will close our doors. So we need to keep moving forward. We need to keep investing in our school, investing in our students, and providing a learning environment that is both dynamic and one that the students will remember and benefit from. Now, engaging future generations will not only increase their learning, but it also provide them with the technological tools they need for success. And I really know that I've been hounding that point. Engagement, dynamic, technology, learning, because that's what our school is about. We want to progress and we want to keep going. We want to keep providing those students everything they need to benefit them for the future. Without the proper preparation, we are essentially failing them. So let's make this investment of rounding up to $600,000, $130,000 out of pocket, and let's increase our success rate coming out of this school, our graduation rate coming out of this school, and how many children are going to college. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that. Do you have any questions? Okay, then I look forward to hearing from you and what your decision is. If you have any questions, please feel free to call any one of us on the team. Thank you. Hope you have a great day.